You knocked out Darren Till. You made Leon Edwards eat the 3-piece and the soda. You gave Mr. Askren the MGM Grand Buffet. What are you making Diaz eat?
I'm coming to fight with everything I got, you know. So I'm gonna give it my all, man. Whatever it takes, you know. He's a different caliber than the guys that you mentioned, and I've seen him pull through some tough situations and win those decisions. So I got whatever it takes, man. You know, if it's a buffet, it's whatever it is, man. I'm here for it, you know.
You obviously both have a lot of respect for each other. Can you just talk about preparing to this fight and how your mental state differs as opposed to fighting a big trash talker like Askren or McGregor?
Yeah, I heard him. I mean, when people talk shit, it is motivating because there's some dudes you're not gonna lose to, and Askren is that dude I'm not losing on any universe to, you know. So the shit talking does help, but man, it just helps when the guy on the other side that you're fighting wants to hurt you and you know it. That's enough motivation for me right there.
And Nate?
Yeah, is this working now? Yeah, it's just like I train for every fight. There's really not a lot of trash going on in a lot of fights I'm in anyways, so it's just like normal. I'm just glad to have a worthy opponent and a worthy venue to be in.
So, you know, this is one of those fights that after that interview, you know, it started to build a life of its own through the fans and the media, and we didn't seriously start talking about this fight till maybe a couple weeks later in a matchmaking meeting. And I said to my guys, listen, tell me if I'm crazy, but what do you think about us actually having a baddest motherfucker in the game belt? And my guys loved it, and we started talking about it. So I went in with the design team at UFC. Right. We started to design it, and I will physically have that belt when I come back to New York. It'll be ready. And yeah.
Questions for all three of you guys. November 2nd is a really big night in the combat sports world. Obviously, this fight right here has huge crossover appeal. But also, Canelo Alvarez fighting on DAZN. Question for all three of you guys is, if there's someone on the fence about ordering the Canelo fight or this one, why should they order this fight right here?
We're fighting for the best motherfucker in the game belt. That's why.
So, you know, the night that we started talking about this date, and that you know, we were going to take this date. Then a week later, I heard they were going to do that fight. I think they're crazy to go the same night as us on DAZN, but you know, it is what it is. But if they time it right and they do this thing the right way, it could be very much like the other night when Gaethje fought Cowboy, and then the Fury fight was on after. So if they time it right, it could work out. But if they want to go head-to-head, they're fucking nuts.
Fighting in New York, fighting in MSG, the mecca of boxing, the mecca of combat sports, the mecca of entertainment. Now you get to put your name on that list. What does it mean for you to join that list of fighting at Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, that's one of the best parts of this whole thing is being the headline in that. Like you said, it's a historical event center. I'm sure all the greats fought there, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and everybody. I'm sure all the big games. So that's definitely a great part of this fight.
If you are able to defeat Nate in November, what do you want next? A 170-pound title shot or Conor McGregor?
Well, you can't ask me. The man right here said I'm too much man for that dude, so don't bring that dude up no more in my interviews. He already said it himself, so that fight is not available. What I'm gonna wait is for those two sissies to clear it out of who's gonna fight, and then if God gives me the victory November 2nd, I want to take everybody's head that's attached to a belt. Somebody says they have a belt, well, I'm coming for it, and if it's any one of those two sissies, then they're gonna get it, you know. And I mean sissies in the purest of forms.
Yes, yes.
You made a very quick turnaround here. We saw you in August, you returned in November. When you left Anaheim after the Pettis fight, did you think you would return this soon?
I just knew that if these guys all came correct, so that's what went down, and that's what I was looking for.
Hey, stop playing. You're gonna fuck his
We've heard Jorge's side of the story on how this fight came together. Colby's talked about it. Kamaru, from your perspective, how did it all come together?
After I asked, when I asked to defend it against Masvidal, I'm pretty sure it was a wrap right there. That's when it started.
I only asked that because it seemed like there was an offer for Masvidal to fight Usman as well, but it seemed like he was more interested in this fight.
You can fight for phony belts, or you can fight for the best motherfucker in the game belt.
But I love it, man. I'm ready. Me sitting up here means more zeros in my bank account, more money from my family, so I'm ready for it, man. I've been doing this for a long time. I love to compete. I love to compete at the highest level possible. I love knowing that the opponent in front of me is somebody known for kicking ass, man, because that's what's motivating. And I'm more motivated than ever, bro. You know?